my husband and I are stressed out, and I don't know who isn't, and I'm sure she's picking up on that.
My poor little girl, she's like, I have 15 cents in my drawer and you can have it.
Toys that I would just pick up without even thinking, oh yeah, sure, you can have one of those. I just don't do that anymore.
Do you need the swimming set Polly Pocket thing? I don't think you do. It's not all about your damn Polly Pockets.
I know what it's like.
Good. I realize I've sort of fallen down on the job in some ways.
Hey there, it's Natalie from Work at Mom, and today we're going to talk about how the heck do we tell our kids about the economic crisis that's going on, or let's call it a downturn, economic downturn that's going on, and the fact that most of us are cutting back. I heard this show on NPR this morning. There was a woman who was a sophomore in college whose parents called her and said that her dad had lost his job and they're not sure how they're going to pay for school. And she said that she was shocked because she had no idea there was even a risk of that, but also how upset she was that her parents didn't trust her enough to talk to her about this. Apparently they knew that he would be laid off, etc. And I kind of had this flash forward about my daughter, and I wouldn't want to do that.
Natalie, I'm really glad you brought this up because I think we should all be talking to our kids and thinking about what we need to say to them about this economic crisis that we're in right now. It's a really fine balance because on the one hand, we need to say something and include them in what's going on in our family because kids certainly pick up on our stress and they know something's going on, and if we don't tell them what's going on, they're bound to use their imaginations and come up with something. On the other hand, we don't want them to feel insecure.
My children are well aware that I've been underemployed for some time, and they know that I don't have an outside job, and they know that I used to, and that we used to not worry about money. I've explained enough to my kids that we need to be careful and that they can't have everything they want, but that it's a rough patch. We'll get past it. We have the resources and the talents, and we will find another job.
We, like everybody else, have had to restrict our budgets and cut back on all luxury spending and any frivolous activities. Wouldn't you like to know? And so what we've explained to her is, look, Daddy is no longer allowed to go to the Apple store, and we are gonna stop buying you all that crap. And it is crap.
We went over the weekend to see the Word Girl show, this new cartoon that my daughter, who's 4, is completely obsessed with. My daughter is running around screaming, I am Word Girl, I need Word Girl books, I need a Word Girl costume, turn my life into Word Girl. And we're passing a bookstore that we usually go to, and she said, hey, Mom, let's get some Word Girl books. I said, hey, let's go to the library instead. And she looked up at me, and I saw, even at her age, kind of had this puzzled look on her face.
It just comes down to the individual things that affect them right now. So, like you said, using the library versus buying something at the bookstore, a lot of those little sort of toys that I would just pick up without even thinking, oh yeah, sure, you can have one of those. I just don't do that anymore.
I try to do that with my kids. For instance, this year has been especially tough for us because none of our children had the friend birthday, with the jumper house and the dancing girls and all of that. But they did get the family one. We always have a family celebration. They get to pick the restaurant, and we go and have a good time. But this year they know that we just couldn't afford to do the other party.
I grew up in the former Soviet Union, and where no one had any money, so in a way life was easier because it wasn't like the kid across the street had a nicer house and better video games. Everybody was the same level of poor.
I was born in this country and raised here, but my father was born in India, and so when I visited there for the first time as an adult, I got a first-hand lesson in wants versus needs. I saw just how much people could do with so few things, and the ingenuity and creativity that comes out of not having everything available at your fingertips is really a gift.
It's just a matter of putting everything into perspective and going, let's be grateful for all that we do have. Yeah, we're cutting back, but there's so much more to be had in life. There's so many more fun things to do as a family, and let's use this time as a way to get creative.
I do think it's really important not to stress kids out, and I probably tend to be on the side of trying to shield my daughter from stress more than I actually should. I'm making this a mental to-do list for myself to go ahead and have the conversation because it's really timely.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.